Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 6. Actually, a very fitting number for what we have in store for this week's episode, because we will be getting into discussion on movies such as Immaculate and The First Omen and Late Night with the Devil. 6. My name's Charlie Batista, and I have here with me
Tavian Arazi.
And this is the Bad Eggs Film Podcast. You can find us on Instagram at badeggs.official and YouTube at Sabian and Friends. So let's just jump into it, starting off with the first movie we saw. We got a lot to catch up on because we saw Immaculate on... I do not have the date we watched that on my phone.
I got you.
What date did
The
we...
first.
On April Fool's Day? What day is it today? It's like April
16th.
Oh, hell no. Why don't you go ahead and say what you thought of that?
I liked it. You know, I enjoyed what it stood for. You know.
Like, resurrecting Jesus Christ?
No, I mean, I thought it was just entertaining and, you know, it had a crazy premise, which I didn't see coming. I mean, trying to resurrect Jesus Christ.
That twist was sick. I like that twist. And, you know, the movie kind of pulls like a 180 towards the end. And, like, that's, like, one of my favorite things and also one of the things I don't like about it. Because, like, the whole, like, third act of the movie is just so bonkers and crazy. And, like, you know, it drops all the paranormal stuff that you go to expect in favor of, like, just a more, like, direct horror thing. Kind of reminded me of, like, Malignant, you know? And also that goddamn it joke right when the third
That was
started,
so funny.
that had me laughing. But same time, like I wish the movie kind of either kept up the same energy in the whole first part or was just better in the first part. Because, like, the first part just had a bunch of, like, boom, jump scare. But you didn't see that one coming. Oh, I saw you. In row E17, you jumped out of your seat.
I was gonna say, like, I think there's too many jump scares. Like, I don't think it needed them.
Yeah, they were bad jump scares. And then, like, it has that whole vibe. And then towards the end, it's just crazy fun. And, like, I like the crazy fun. And I like how it's different from the rest of the movie. But I wish the first part wasn't just so, like, boo. But I did like how that movie was under 90 minutes. Not a single second was wasted here.
How about that ending?
That last
The
shot,
last 2 minutes.
bro.
That was incredible.
Sydney screamy. Yeah, that was good. It didn't feel like stupid either. It was. I like the sound design. I like how you can hear little baby Jesus like.
I can't believe they
that's all
didn't
you
show us.
Yeah, but that's all you needed. The sound was all you needed there. That was good.
Oh yeah, I thought the ending was incredible. Honestly, after the ending, I was like, damn, that's low key like 4.5. But then I was like, well, the whole movie was like kind of just 4. So 5-star ending, 4-star movie. I give it 4 stars.
I can give it 3.5. I give it 3.5. You know, but overall, Immaculate was a movie about American nun going to Italy, right, to become a nun. And it talks a lot about bodily autonomy that the church has over females' bodies and whatnot. And, you know, it also has a lot to do with pregnancy and immaculate conception and delivering a religious figure into the world. Anyway, after that, we saw The First Omen, which is a movie about an American woman going to Italy to become a nun. And it has a lot to say about bodily autonomy that the church has over females and immaculate conception and delivering a baby that's a religious figure into the world.
Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah. Now, believe it or not, I actually really liked The First Omen. In fact, I liked it even more than Immaculate. That movie was crazy.
No, I mean, I liked it too. I didn't know. I know you explained before the movie that, like, it was like there was an original. I guess I didn't, like, conceptualize. No, I listened, but I didn't like grasp that. And it wasn't until after that I was like, wait, that was a prequel to something.
I was like, you like Richard Donner? And then you were like, no, that guy sucks. I was like, but you saw the Superman movies in theaters, and you were like,
Yeah, I didn't even know who you were talking about. You know, my dad, I told him I saw the first Omen, and he was like, yo, the Omen, that's what it's called, right? The Omen, he said that's a masterpiece. It's one of the best movies he's ever seen.
damn, I wanted to give it a watch before watching this, but then, like, before I knew it, I was on my way to the theater, and I was like, oh, shoot.
I think I would have liked it way more, especially with, like, the Avengers level ending.
Yeah, bro.
Like,
Damien. Bro.
Cut to black.
What's his name? Richard Ines. Wait, what's that actor's name?
Like the deep voice dude.
Yeah, bro. His voice is like really good. Oh, Ralph Ineson. I don't know how to say that.
He's so funny.
Wrong. Yeah.
But like I thought the first half of that movie was like kind of like slow, and I was low key just like man, like I just saw Immaculate. Now I'm watching like low key the same thing, but they both went totally different directions at the end.
Yeah.
So that's where it all picked up for me.
Also, like, I mean, I like the slow pace of this one. Like, it's kind of like the opposite of Immaculate, where, like, that one is, like, you know, every single scene is just moving the plot forward. This one, you really settle into its world, and it also sets up so much good stuff for when there's reveals later on. Like, the fact that, dude, this movie, like, okay, there's the obvious, we gotta talk about the birth scene. There's obviously that, which was, like, pretty crazy. But in terms of subject matter, this movie's heavy. This movie's really heavy. A lot of heavy stuff in here. And, you know, like, it's not often that, like, I go see a horror movie or something and it kind of, like, leaves that impression on me, like, for days later. But, like, I was thinking about, like, what really goes on in this movie, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, that's horrible.
That happens in all Christian churches.
Yeah, that's just your average, like, Sunday school. But what really like did it for me though, I thought was great, was just the way that it was all handled by first time feature director Arkasha Stevenson? What's her name? Arkasha Stevenson.
Arsha.
Yeah. She was just doing like direct to streaming and TV stuff or miniseries stuff before this, but this is her first movie. And you can't even tell. I didn't even realize this was her debut. Like, she did a good job. And, like, I feel like the way that it approached its themes and whatnot, pretty well done. You know? Like, good stuff.
Antichrist,
that's not good, man. But, yeah, I mean, also, like, even though, like, I feel like if I were to, like, I knew the premise of The Omen going in. All I knew was that was a movie about, you know, they're taking care of this kid named Damien, he's the Antichrist. But, like, I feel like I should have known, like, where this movie was going to go during the entire thing from knowing that. But even then, I was like, what's going to happen next? I had no idea.
Yeah, only at the end where you were like, oh.
Yeah, dude, it was the scene where they're like, yeah, we've given this baby to a family that suffered a loss. I was like, no way. And I hadn't even seen that movie, and I was freaking out.
I wish that I saw the original. That would have made me so hyped.
Yeah, that would have been crazy. Yeah. And, like, I was freaking out, and I haven't even seen it. Anyway, I would give, well, you know, let's just review about this movie. It's really supposed to receive an NC-17 rating for the birth scene, obviously, but they got through, like, to the ratings board, the MPAA and whatnot, and they were all freaking out about that birth scene. But you know what's in that movie? So you know how, like, the whole thing is that the jackal impregnated Margaret. Mm-hmm. It's been like 2 weeks since we watched this movie. I'm forgetting everything, like everyone's names. But it's like a split second shot of that demon dog's 12-inch member. And
really?
Like, yeah, you don't notice it, but that got past the ratings board. And the producer was saying, like, yeah, that kind of says a lot about how the way that it's really biased, like, against women, the way that they do all the ratings and stuff, how they're all, like, tweaking over this one scene, but meanwhile you got this giant demon penis, like, in another.
That's facts.
Also, wait, what was that one joke that you liked? Was that Immaculate or the first Omen? That wasn't Immaculate.
There was a joke?
Wait, no, it wasn't the first Omen. Never mind. No. The one that was like, Oh, God's a man. How? That's why.
Oh, from Immaculate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because men are horrible.
All right. After that, we saw. After that, we saw Late Night with the Devil. This one was more recent, so I got more memory on it.
Yeah, I thought it was all right. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't feel very good during that movie. I think because all I had was popcorn. Yeah, I don't know. I felt like horrible, and like, so it was kind of disrupting my thing. But like, it low-key made me like kind of worried during the movie. I was like, man, like this is like something bad's gonna happen, and also my seat was broken for a portion of it.
Oh yeah, you couldn't lean back.
Forced me into upright position.
Yeah, you couldn't relax in there, man.
It was horrible.
It's like you were there with them.
But there was like, I liked it and I liked the premise. I didn't like the AI stuff, but I don't even feel like talking about that because
Yeah, we talked about AI a bunch like on our last episode.
Whatever, it's bad.
You know, they actually said that their whole press tour for the movie has been more like an apology tour. Like, sorry we used AI, guys. Sorry.
They could have just changed it.
Yeah, and like, honestly, like from what everyone was saying, I was expecting it to be like some egregious, like that Renaissance ad that you just showed me. I thought it'd be like that. But it was just some like things, and like I'm not excusing it. Like it looks like pretty trash. Like the skeleton fingers were messed up, but like I feel like if I didn't know that it was AI going in, aside from that one of the skeleton, like I wouldn't have been able to guess that it was.
I just think like why? It was such simple art.
Yeah.
Like it had to have just been like the most last minute edition possible. Like night before
That's what I was thinking.
Submit it somewhere and they're like, well, all we can do is make AI. But even in that point, at that case, I could do that in 10 minutes.
Facts. Do that in Pixar. That's
Pixar,
easy.
bro, easy.
Very easy. I mean, I guess you gotta like, if you're using like stock images, you gotta get like the rights to those or something. But like, bro, like, come on, just come on.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways,
That was the night before the premiere.
Like yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I liked the main character. What's his name? The actor.
David Dasmalchian.
Him in a lead role was good, and I really thought the whole time that they were gonna pull like a twist ending and that the whole thing was fake. And that's for a couple of reasons. One, the visual effects looked like almost like it was from the 70s. Like purposely. Like I know that it's
are you talking of like her face or like of what?
Just everything, like the lightning and stuff and
all
that. All of that, like I get that. Isn't this like a streaming movie because it's for Shudder? It's not. It's just
It had a wide release, but it's going to Shudder on Friday.
Well, I imagine that it had a small budget, you know, so obviously they're not going to put it in all that VFX, but the VFX like quite literally looked like almost like Ghostbusters, like that level. Bro. And I thought that like, you know, I get that it's not going to look that great because of their budget, but it almost looks like they purposely did that to make it look like they did that for the show.
It looked like R2-D2 when his circuits get fried.
Yeah, and then also at the end, when everything goes to chaos and, you know, people start running away, the whole place leaves, they still film it as if someone
That's what I was gonna say.
is filming.
I was like, bro, this is the perfect example of the cameraman never dies.
Yeah, and I was like, bro, the cameraman is clearly just there trying to record stuff, and that made me think like, dude, I actually think they might go for like a twist ending. But then the aspect ratio went wide, and I was like, okay, that's not from the 70s for sure.
Yeah.
But then it ended normally, but like, I don't know, I think that like having the camera like move all like that kind of bothered me.
Yeah,
like, why is the
it's a found footage movie, yet they don't do the found footage part of it.
Yeah.
Like where the camera is supposed to be involved in the scene.
I think if they had the camera just still, that would have been way scarier. Or if it knocked over.
Yeah, and then if it knocked over, you just see the whole thing like that. Or if it was just like, I don't know, they could even do a thing where like you see the cameraman like run by and then he gets like killed on his way out. But like the camera is just mounted and it stays there. Or maybe like at a slight Dutch angle, you know.
And that would have been even better because they instead got all these, you know, cinematic shots of like, you know, the funny dude who like didn't believe in anything and he started like repenting at the end. That was so funny.
He didn't even repent, he was just like, here.
Yeah. But like they got all these cinematic shots of him, and I think that would have been like much scarier if you couldn't even see what was going on with everyone.
Yeah, I will say I like the girl's design for when she like goes all demon mode.
Yeah.
Like that looked really cool, like how it's like a split head and how she was like glitching like a TV thing. But then also, oh my god, I didn't pick up on like most of like the meaning of anything while like right when I finished watching it, because like the whole thing of his wife being in the deathbed and like what he was saying at the end of the movie, I couldn't hear any of that. I don't know what she was saying. I don't know what he was saying. What was he saying at the end of the line he was repeating? He was like,
turn it off.
He was like something here sees, see and hear. I don't even know. And like I still don't know what he said. I tried like looking it up, like in this, like I tried looking up like the transcript of the movie. Still don't know. But my research concluded, and this makes more sense. I wish I could have heard what they were saying. But it's implied that what was going on was he was with the Grove, you know, these little like ritual secret gentlemen's club in the woods, and he made a deal with the demon, what's it called? Abraxas.
The goat.
And which is why like she's like, oh, we met among the tall trees. Made a deal with that guy so his show could get, you know, all famous, but in turn he had to sacrifice his wife, which is why she mysteriously got lung cancer.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, I know, right? And apparently, like, that's, like, more heavily implied when you hear what she's saying on her deathbed, you know? But I didn't hear anything she was saying. She's like, and I was like, oh,
too
damn.
realistic.
Yeah, facts. Like, oh, yeah, 'cause she had lung cancer. But that was what was being insinuated. And that makes a lot of sense looking at the rest of the movie, because even from the start, they're talking about sacrifices and, oh, what'd you have to do what'd you have to sacrifice to get to this position, Mr. Delroy? You know, stuff like that, which is, you know, cool, but I didn't hear what they were saying at the end. Speaking of the opening of the movie, though, that whole first shot and whole, like, however long that opening sequence was before the title card, I thought was great. I loved it. That whole documentary feel, that was really good. That had me feel like I was going for a real treat. And I also love how they committed to the found footage bit for like pretty much the entire movie, aside from like his like trippy part towards the end. And I like the way that it was split between what the audience was seeing and then what was actually going on with the black and white bits. I thought that was all really well done. I mean, like, I don't know if the black white bits, because in the beginning is like including some behind the scenes documentary footage as well. Like, well, it's not.
I think if, you know...
film the guys following them like this.
I think if they just, like, made it a little more, like, it literally found footage, I think it would have been way better.
I think it would have been scarier. Because I wasn't scared at all during the movie. I just thought that it was a good time. I think, actually, there were, like, 2 moments that I thought were pretty scary in, like, a good way. And it was, when... It was, like, towards the end when they were going, like, frame by frame and stuff. That was pretty creepy, because like even the first time they played that clip, like you see something there if you're like paying close attention. So then you know you're about to see that again. The part where her hand is on his shoulder for that one shot was cool. You remember that? The part with the TV static where you can kind of see like the demon in there, like amid the TV static, that was also really cool. But for the most part, like I was mostly just, it felt more like a Halloween movie than a horror movie, which doesn't make sense because like why did it come out in April? Like I feel like this would be perfect to watch like in Halloween.
It was literally a Halloween movie.
Yeah, it takes place in Halloween. Because I didn't find it, like, super scary, you know? But in terms of, like, the Halloween vibe, I thought it was great. A lot of people were comparing it to Ghost Watch, which was this UK, like, live event that happened in, like, 1992. And it was, like, the same thing, pretty much. Like, it was like, oh, we're going to try to summon a demon. And it was all staged, but it was just really well done, well executed. And like just like freaky and stuff, and people are like, oh, if I could travel back in time, like I wouldn't stop World War II or something, I would go watch Ghost Watch. And that made me really want to see Ghost Watch, so maybe I'll watch that before. And it's also pretty short, so maybe I'll watch that before the next episode. But knowing me, that probably won't be the case.
No. Yeah, I'll give it 3.5.
I'd give it
1.5 off for AI.
Oh, that's facts. Yeah, I was between 3.5 or 4, but because of AI, I'll give it 3.5. If it didn't have that, it'd be 4.
Some people on Letterboxd like give it half a star. Or they say like I understand this is great, but like I cannot like give it any praise because of AI, and I respect that.
I also respect that because at the same time, it's not like if we were all to be cool with that right now, then we're gonna regret being cool with it in a few years.
Yeah.
I saw this one review though that was like, I'm literally crying as I write this right now. Did you see that one?
No.
It's like, I'm literally crying as I write this right now. I'm on my way to the theater to get my ticket, and I just found out that this movie has AI in it. And it's like a long essay of a review talking about how they're like an artist and stuff and how they feel like horrible and stuff. And it's like, all right, I respect your concern for the industry and the art form, but breathe real quick, brother. Just take a quick breath, brother. Anyway, what did you watch?
I saw Godzilla vs. Kong.
Oh,
Dude, that is a masterpiece.
wait, really quickly. It'd be funny if we also saw Talk to Me, so I could be like, Late Night with the Devil was a movie made by 2 Australian brothers about trying to communicate with the dead. And Talk to Me was a movie made by 2 Australian brothers trying to communicate with the dead.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So Godzilla vs. Kong, I hadn't seen that in so long. I think that was my first time watching it at home.
Yeah.
I saw it so many times in theaters. Saw it in 4K, but I don't have a 4K TV, so I don't think I saw it in 4K. And then I saw it alone because my parents were gone, so I could watch it with high volume. Except I low-key should have put headphones on because I have good headphones.
Would you plug it into your controller? I did that with Punch Drunk Love. That was a good experience.
Yeah, I don't know. Headphones are just, they sound better. But man, like, that movie is so perfect. I can't believe it. And you were saying all, like, the human stuff, like, at the beginning. Like, it's so... Bro.
The warship?
I blinked, and we were on the warship. And I blinked again, and they're already fighting.
Dude,
like,
I don't know
it's
why.
so-
That part feels like I'm, like, sitting through, like, 30 minutes of, like...
Nah, it's so
what was
quick.
that short film? Like, it was, like Frequency? No. What's it called? The one of just a wall.
I don't know.
Shoot.
Just get him a ring.
Nah. I'm never gonna remember.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, it was so quick to get there, and, like, every scene is just... Dude, the warship fight. I mean, I have a big poster of that in my room.
Yeah.
Um,
It's Vinnie Sims' poster.
yeah, I mean, it is just so good. And, dude, the Hong Kong fight, people, there's a lot of people, me included, who think that the Hong Kong Godzilla vs. Kong fight is, like the best kaiju fight ever put to film. Like, I actually think...
Like, fight between 2 kaiju?
Yeah. Fight between 2 giant monsters. Ever. In a movie. Now, I know you saw, like, Evangelion or something. I'm not sure what's in that.
That movie, I mean, that whole show and the movie, like, I mean, there's action in it, but, like, I'd say it's more about the depth.
Yeah, well, that scene is just, it's so good. And, like, man, like, I remember watching that for the first time. You hear Mega play. They look at each other. Godzilla slaps his tail on the ground.
And then you hear, like, "Rah!" And then, like, you get launched into the inverted corkscrew with the upside down part, and then they drop, and, like, everything's all green.
Huh?
Yeah, and then, like, you go, like under the tunnel, and there's, like, mist all over you, and then you do, like, a triple loop-de-loop, and then, like, your picture gets...
What? The whole cry. Yeah, man, I love
your
that.
picture gets taken.
But, like, no, I mean, dude, like, if that was no disrespect to 2014 Godzilla, but, like, if Gareth Edwards was directing, he would have set that whole thing up and cut away as soon as they started fighting. Like, honestly. And I love 2014.
Wait, which part? Oh, like, you'd cut to the humans?
Yeah, like, when they start fighting. But I love 2014 still. But, man, like, they just show the whole thing in the sound design. Sound design in that movie is so good. Like, the sounds of Godzilla, like, making all them sounds, and, like, his breath, and the way they fight. Like...
They got good sound in that. That movie does have good sound.
You know how, like, choreographing, like, Godzilla and Kong fighting, like, I imagine, like, the amount of thought put into each thing that happens, and, like,
Yeah, I
Adam
imagine
Wingard-
like 2 people doing it in their living room, and then like they record it, and they're like, yeah.
Dude, like it's good. It's so good, and the fight's so long, and then Mechagodzilla shows up, and it's all perfect. And
Yeah, the whole third act of that movie doesn't let up, except for when they pour the whiskey on the.
dude, nah, I actually like. I low key like that part makes sense now.
That part's hilarious.
Because I used to think that was just stupid, like, why is it doing that? But it makes sense because King Ghidorah's head is the one, like, King Ghidorah is basically Mechagodzilla, you know?
Yeah.
So, like...
It's got, like,
it's-
Mechagodzilla's spirit.
Yeah, it's connected, like, through, like Bluetooth or something, and it's connected through that big computer, so it makes sense that if you destroyed that computer, that Mechagodzilla would probably just stop, like, working, but still, like, I guess it's kind of silly, but... The only thing that doesn't make sense is that I think destroying half that building should have just shut all the power off, but
Facts.
somehow the
It's
power.
like that one computer
Yeah.
that didn't get destroyed. Yeah, when Mechagodzilla starts spraying oil everywhere, that should have been LCL liquid.
I thought that was funny that he's literally controlled with like gasoline or oil.
Yeah, bro. Like, imagine them using like the little like dripper and like getting like all the crevices so he stops squeaking and it's like the drops.
And then I also like how Millie Bobby Brown. People don't like her character, but I like how the progression of the MonsterVerse uses its characters. You have like the main characters in 2014. You have what's his name?
Taylor Johnson.
No, the Asian guy.
Oh, Watanabe.
Him.
That's not his name.
Well, in the
Wait, no, that's the
Yeah.
actor. Wait. The arrogance of man.
Yeah,
Shiro
it-
Serizawa.
him.
Yeah.
He's in 2014. They carried him into 2019.
He dies.
He dies,
He gets
but
nuked.
Millie Bobby Brown from 2019 gets carried into Godzilla vs. Kong.
And she dies.
Yeah, but then Rebecca Hall from Godzilla vs. Kong gets carried into Godzilla X Kong. That's low
But
key.
Millie Bobby Brown's in Godzilla X Kong, right? Or was I sleeping during all that?
She was not in that movie.
What the heck?
But it makes it seem like a pretty consistent. Like,
Why wasn't she in
storyline.
that contracts, bro?
Literally because of contracts.
I will say, like,
Also, she's too expensive. That would have been half the
Facts.
budget.
facts. She just thinks she's better than everyone else. She just walk us like, oh yeah, so I'm doing a Godzilla movie. I'm in Stranger Things, and like we're like, yeah, she's like, I got my movie Damsel coming out, and it's like, well, what are you, like riding a dragon or something? I don't know what that movie is. What was I gonna say? The thing is like, the reason why like Michael B. Jordan directing Creed 3 is because he's actually cited anime as like a lot of his inspiration for what he does.
Bro,
Like,
everyone be talking about
Adam Wingard took so much inspiration from Evangelion for Godzilla vs. Kong, and he didn't mention it a single time.
Nah, he probably thought of all that, and then someone told him, and he was like, huh? I didn't know that.
He goes to Netflix and he's like, no! Like the warship fight and like the whole like Hong Kong part, like come on.
Hey, well, after that, I saw Godzilla X Kong twice. I saw it 2 more times.
Was it good?
Yeah, the first time I was going with my sister.
Wait,
but
where'd you watch it each time?
I went to the Loop. On the day I said I was going to go watch with my sister, like, I went. But then my sister, like, she started, like, tweaking. She wanted to go home.
Which part?
No, like, before even the movie.
Uh,
And I was like, because we were already at the theater. And I was like, you know what? Like, you can just go home. Like, I'm going to stay and watch it.
Oh,
So
you
I
saw
watched
it by yourself?
I saw it by myself. And I loved it. But, like, honestly, like, low-key, like, I was falling asleep. Because, like, I woke up... I woke up really early that morning to get my parents from the airport. And I was like, damn, I'm so tired. But, like, I still loved it. I was only falling asleep because I was tired. And then I went again with my sister and my boss.
wait, you went to see with Yamil?
Yep.
That's really funny.
And my sister's friend, Kevin.
Was that your
So
first
funny.
time? Oh yeah, I remember Kevin. Wait, wasn't? Oh wait, was that your first time meeting Yamil like in person?
Yeah.
That's funny. Was he tall or short?
He was like my height.
Dang.
But
So
yeah,
was that like what you expected?
I mean, I already knew what he looked like.
Yeah, I know, but like so often when you meet someone in person, it's like, whoa, you're taller than I imagined, or you're shorter than I imagined.
Nah, he was just like, he looked normal. But yeah, that was fun. Funny story though, when I pulled it was at Waterford. When I pulled up to the theater, I parked and I was waiting for my sister. I was like, yeah, I'm at the theater. These little kids behind my car, they threw a rock at my car. It dinked. It was like dink. I was like, immediately my first thought was like, that was not an acorn. Not no cop, right? That was definitely a rock. And I step outside and these little kids, like, they see me and they laugh and they start running. And I was like, oh my God, like.
Did you leave a mark?
No, I don't think it did.
How old they look?
Like 12, 13.
Dude, when I was 12 or 13, I was like in my apartments. I must have been like 13. And like I threw a rock in the air and then like it hit someone's car.
What? I thought I did that.
Wait.
I did that with John.
Oh yeah, that was with John. I was gonna say either I did it or John did it.
It was John. He did.
Wait, oh yeah, he got all scared afterwards.
Yeah, but we ran. That was the
funny.
only thought in my head. I was like, okay, like low key. Like I know that when John did that, it was an accident because we just wanted to throw it high up. We didn't want to hit a car.
Yeah, because then it like bounced off the ground. Yeah.
But those kids at the Waterford, like they literally threw it at my car and thought it was funny. And I was like, bro,
dude,
like
I should hit up John and be like, yo, you remember when that happened?
And then when we got out of the theater, I told my sister and her friends, and they were all like, bro, like, let's go beat up some little kids, right? But then we saw, like, these, like, stupid, like, it looked like the same group. I didn't see the same kids, but the same group of kids. He had this giant stone, he threw it on the ground, right? And Kevin, he's all like, yo, like, that's definitely them. Like, he's throwing rocks. So Kevin is all like, hey, you stoning cars? And this kid's like, yeah. He's like 12, by the way. and then Kevin's like, yo, you hit his car. And he's like, damn. Sorry. Right? So Kevin's like, hold my stuff. And he walks over there.
You know, the thing is about these kids' voices, like those, like, when, like, 12-year-olds, like, when they just hit puberty, so their voice is still high, but it sounds like they're trying to make it low. They're all like, damn. It sounds like they just like screamed for like 20 minutes and now they're trying to talk.
Yeah, but Kevin walks over there, all fast, and he's like, the kid does not move because he's trying to act hard by not flinching. I didn't hear anything he said. I'm sure he was saying something funny though. He's probably just like, hey man, like go kill yourself or something. I don't know.
You know that scene in Always Sunny where Mac's bike gets stolen by this kid? Right? And like he's with Charlie.
Yeah.
And when they go back, they see the kids, they beat him up.
I wish I could do that. But man, like it's just stupid kids, bro. And like I can't do anything. I told my dad what happened, and he was like dead serious to my face. He was like, oh, you should have ran them over. Like literally. And I told him I was like honestly, like I think you're the reason like I have a lot of violent thoughts.
That's funny.
Like, you're telling me all this serious stuff. Like, obviously, I can't do anything to these kids. But, like, man, if I had a shotgun, like, I'd get out there and I'd be all like, get away from me! And shoot it in the air, like, just to scare them.
Bro. That's crazy.
I think that would be funny.
But we should clip that and make that our first, like, little bit to post. When a few years ago, my sister, like, I think I already told you this, but one time she was stuck in traffic. And this homeless guy was walking down the street, or he was crossing the street, even though the light was green. And the car in front of my sister, or behind my sister, honked at the homeless guy. The homeless guy picked up a rock and, thinking that it was my sister, threw it at my sister's car. It's like, oh my God. Person behind. I'm not even mad at the homeless guy. I'm mad at the person behind me who's honking, like.
Man, I'd be mad at the homeless guy.
I mean, that's also stupid, but at the same time, it's like.
But besides that nonsense, and my sister's friends are so funny. Kevin is literally hilarious, and Yamil, he's so funny. But
yo, I'm gonna be sleeping with like Yamil in
the mansion.
In the boss's mansion.
That's right.
What if it's like eyes wide shut in there?
But
that's crazy.
So we saw Godzilla X Kong. Man, third time watching it, that was the most I've enjoyed it.
I was about to say, like, how would you rank the watches?
I think like the first one was like the second best, and the second one was like the worst because I was like really tired. Third one though, so good. I had a packed audience
Ooh.
And it was full of people who were like genuinely like passionate to be there. There's this girl in front of me who like she like literally like when they mentioned Scar King, she went on her phone and she Googled Scar King and she started looking at photos of him. And I thought that was funny. And when Pink Godzilla showed up for the first time and, you know, bust out of Antarctica, as soon as it cut away, she looks up Pink Godzilla and she starts zooming in on all his details. And I was like, man, like, she's so interested in, like,
what
Godzilla.
is this?
Like, she's, like, literally interested in what's happening.
You know, when this is kind of similar, but during late night with the devil, like, they said some word, like some adjective or something, and like my brother next to me like went to Google and looked up the definition to it, and he's like, oh, and, like, turned off his phone.
But yeah, and like the whole audience, they were having such a great time. But when Mini Kong got slapped around, they were all dying of laughter because obviously that part's hilarious. And when Kong got suplexed, dude, people in the back were like, "Oh my god!" Like that was
the suplex was we should do that for our Chris fight. Did you see the sunset flip that I sent you?
Which one?
The one that was like in Wendy's or something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we should do that.
And like, yeah, man, my audience was having such a great time, and I was having such a great time, and like, everyone was laughing, and like it seriously, it wasn't a disruptive audience. It was like everyone was there like to have a great time, and everyone seemed like they loved the movie. And my
I feel
sister
like I
liked
need
it
to
as
go
well.
see it in that audience, so like I'm not snoozing.
Yeah, and then my sister really liked it, and Kevin and Yamil, I think they liked it as well. Kevin was saying, he was like, man, like I kind of want to watch the others because I saw like the 2014 one, but that one was horrible because like Godzilla was barely on screen. And I was like, oh, I like that one, but you'd probably like Godzilla vs. Kong, because I do think Godzilla vs. Kong is way better. But Godzilla X Kong, such a great movie, man. Like, there's so much in it that I love. Dude, literally when they get to Rio, bro, I don't like this is such a quick shot that it's hard to notice, but Scar, like, you know, Kong shows up and Scar King looks at him. Kong literally is like he does that. He's like, hey, like, I'm here. Like, Kong is gonna smile. It's all acting, like, it's so funny, bro. Like, it's just such a great time, man. It's in my top 15.
Honestly, I gotta rewatch that because like that sounds pretty hilarious. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna like the movie anymore, but like that, what you described sounds funny. So I want to see that. Well, last night I saw Spider-Man 2002 in Disney Springs, the AMC over there. And I saw it normally, like, when I go to that theater, like, I'm like in between like auditoriums like 8 and like 11 or something. And those are all pretty small. You know, like the ones where like the front row is like right there and like all that stuff. It's small theaters. This time I was in Auditorium 2, which is like a massive screen. Literally like it was the type where like it's like split between like the top and the bottom, and it's like 3 different like sections to the screen. And it was basically like barely smaller than like the Dolby Cinema. And like, bro.
Did you see Molly?
No. I don't know if she went to the 7 p.m. or the 8 p.m. showing, but I saw it at 7:30. And I also wasn't like looking either. I didn't know that she was there. I was just like going to see it. But like, what's funny is, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna go see this with my sister, and then she was like, I'm really tired from work, so I just saw it with Isabella. But
really, bro,
dude,
we didn't see Monkey Man for
I'm
that.
So glad I saw that last night. Cause like,
was it good?
It was amazing. Amazing.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I think that movie's alright.
See, that's why I didn't even invite you. That's why I didn't even invite you. Cause like,
bro, maybe I would have liked it. Dude, no, I didn't even want to go.
Dude. Well, first of all, it was a packed audience, and like it was not an annoying audience either.
Were they like cheerful?
They were all cheerful and stuff. The girl in front of me, like, I know it wasn't her first time seeing it, but she was kind of acting like it was. Like when Green Goblin said some stuff, she's like, "What a jerk!" And I was like, but it was like a millennial Disney adult as well. Yeah, that was the only thing I didn't like. But my whole audience was cheering. When Norman Osborn's like, you know, I'm something of a scientist myself, everyone started clapping there. And then, dude, at the ending, every time Peter and MJ kiss, like the upside down kiss, and at the end, everyone started clapping like crazy and cheering and stuff, right? And then when MJ like says her whole monologue to Peter at the end of the movie about how she realized that she loves him, everyone's like, woo, yeah! And like when they kiss, like this one guy's like, yeah, and, like they started clapping and stuff, right? But then when he's like, I'll always be there for you as a friend, like everyone's like, boo. Like I swear, dude, if I recorded audience reactions for that movie, that would be funny. But so everyone was booing at that, and then only bad audience reaction throughout the whole movie was like one guy tried clapping when Green Goblin died, but you read the auditorium, bro. He clapped like 3 times and realized it was like, oh, never mind. It was kind of awkward, but dude, honestly,
be honest.
every time I watch that movie, like I'm always like, wow, what a great movie, 4.5. But this time I genuinely see no flaws with it.
What? Last time we watched it, you said the same thing.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. But like, dude, that movie's like, there's such the perfect amount of camp. Like, literally the perfect amount of camp. And you just don't see that anymore. You just don't. They don't make them like they used to, man. They don't. Like, and anyone who like complains about Tobey Maguire not being quippy enough in his portrayal of Spider-Man, he's actually hilarious. He says so many funny different things. I was laughing so much. Everyone was laughing during the whole movie. It was great. I had the perfect seats as well, those wheelchair companion seats. Oh my god. It was amazing. Huge screen. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
hot take, Tobey Maguire, I don't like him as Spider-Man.
Dude.
I think
You
he's
gotta
weird.
see it in theaters.
Like, he's really like a weird guy, and he doesn't look young. He looks old.
In this movie, they're seniors in high school, and then they graduate like a third of the way through. Before he even like becomes Spider-Man, he graduates.
And like, yeah, I mean, I'm glad you liked it. I really stand by that the love for that movie is all nostalgia.
No,
I know it is.
Not even true. Because I went into it not even thinking of it like as something from my childhood. Not a single bit. Even though that's the first Blu-ray I ever got from my collection.
There you go.
Even
now you're
though I've
nostalgia
seen it
tripping, bro.
This many times, and I'm finally seeing it on the big screen. Wow, my childhood dream. I went in watching it as like an actual movie. Just a regular movie. You know? It still hits because something I love about it as well is that like literally every single like major beat that Spider-Man takes over the movie comes from an emotional beat that Peter takes right beforehand. You know, like every single big step he has is preceded by like some important thing that happens to his personal life. That's so integral, and I feel like we don't even really see that in superhero movies that often anymore, with a few exceptions. You know, and like the balance between the humor and the action, the way that the whole thing like literally pushed the boundaries of visual effects at its time, it's just like, not to mention, you know, this movie was made in post 9/11. This movie came out less than a year after 9/11 happened, and damn, it really brought New York together. The World Unity Fair. You know, one can say Green Goblin's attack on the World Unity Fair is representative of 9/11. But then when all the New Yorkers say, they start throwing garbage at him, yo, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us. That's like the same thing as when Obama struck down on Al-Qaeda and Bin Laden. That's a different discussion. That's a different discussion.
That'll be another TikTok clip.
Seriously. This is also my favorite portrayal of New York. Dude, the whole scene where they're like when Spider-Man first comes out, before you see him fully, and you get all those clips of the New Yorkers being all like, oh, I don't like him, oh, the Spider guy, oh, yeah, no, I love him, oh, maybe he's a Spider Woman, I don't know. And then like the punk rock girl, she's all like guy with 8 arms sounds kind of hot. Like, bro, it's hilarious and it's awesome. Also, the girl who played that, I literally just realized this when I was watching the ending credits. It's on punk rock girl Lucy Lawless. I was like, what the heck? Lucy Lawless is in Ash vs. Evil Dead. Let me fact check this real quick. I was like, Lucy Lawless, Ash vs. Evil Dead. I'm like, yeah, bro, what the heck? Like, Sam Raimi just keeps people around. A little fun. But anyway, oh my god, that movie was so good. I was tearing up during it, and like not even like just from remembering, because when I was a kid, I saw it for like the iconic action scenes. But watching it this time around, I was getting the most chills from seeing the way that Peter would interact with MJ and Aunt May, or Harry with his dad, and like Peter and Norman, all this stuff, and it's like, wow, this is a 2-hour movie right here, 2 hour and 6 minutes or something like that, and it's a Spider-Man movie, but it's literally like, honestly, one of the best, because the thing that I like about the Tom Holland movies is that it's like one of the best portrayals of a young Peter Parker that we see. You know, he's still in high school and stuff. He's acting like a kid. But in terms of showing Peter's relationships with the people around him, like Aunt May, Uncle Ben, Norman, Harry, etc., even J. Jonah Jameson, like, I think the Raimi movies just kill it in that regard. So
Are you going
good,
to see Spider-Man
bro.
2 and 3?
I'm watching all of them. I'm even watching the amazing ones.
Spider-Man 2, I don't like when he loses his powers. Like, why did he do that?
You know, that's a trope that happens, like, in movies now because of Spider-Man 2. Like in Wonder Woman 84. She's losing her powers, and it's like, bro. That's the cultural impact that Spider-Man 2 had that I didn't like. But for that movie, I like it. You know why? Because you're bringing this character to...
It makes no sense.
That's a discussion for next week's. I think it's playing next... No, it's playing like the... Yeah, it's playing next week. So I'm going to watch it next week.
Wait, you going to see, like, the Tom Holland ones?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I want to go to those.
No, all three of them?
Yeah.
Alright. You know what I like about doing this as well is like this is like the culmination of like when I see No Way Home, I'm gonna be all like, wow, it really all led up to this again. But I'm hyped.
Wait. Is that all you saw?
That's all. Oh, I mean, I saw this one short film earlier today. It was from Dago. Remember Dago?
Nope.
Dago, the guy who'd like be like asking questions at Walmart and he'd like start sliding on the ground and he'd be like my nightly routine. It's like at 3 a.m. He goes eats the cheesecake in his
he had
fridge.
a short film?
He has another short film. It's like his like second or third one.
Was it good?
It was pretty good. A little rough around the edges, but you know, I still think he's a creative guy, and I like what he does. I like keeping up with him. I will say, like, the cinematography in this one was like worse than his last one, and like I'm assuming it's because his last one, like in the credits for that one, you could see that someone did the color grading, and that same person was like the co-director of it. And I'm pretty sure he just didn't have that guy on for this one. But like, you know, I could still see the vision. I just think it was like they broke the 180-degree rule like pretty often, and then also like there was just like a lot of noise, like digital noise in parts of the screen.
Damn.
I also saw this other short film like right before you got here that was just like this guy recreating his version of Can You Hear the Music from Oppenheimer for like his college class. I was like, oh, I'll watch this. Like that one, like the main thing I didn't like about it was like these big fat black bars that are tacked onto it, but it's clear that like he didn't account for them while shooting. So it's just like a bunch of things that are just like framed ugly. It's like at that point just put it in 16:9, bro. At that point just put it in 16:9. Also it was in 30 FPS. Should have been in 24. But yeah, Dago's a creative guy. Dago, let's clip this right here. Dago Boop. Come join us on the couch and we'll talk. Come down from North Carolina. Bro, I also saw like his little reel that he made, or like his like little introduction video. It's like 5 minutes long. It's hilarious. That video's actually hilarious. Anyway.
Hold on. You know I saw something else.
What'd you see?
I finished Invincible Season 1.
Oh.
You already know. We already talked a little bit of it, but I can finally say like some specific things.
Yeah, the funny thing that Cecil says.
Yeah. Well, for one, that show, best show of all time. 100 out of 100. Would literally be in like my top 6 if it was on Letterboxd. No joke.
6.
Yeah, like it
What's
is
5?
Fallout.
4 is Arrival.
Yeah.
3 is. What's 3?
Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Oh, I knew that was like there, but I forgot that like. Anyway, go on.
Dude, like, oh my god, like that show is so good. Like I finished like the first episode. I remember like I took like a 3-week break between that and the second one. But when I saw the third episode, I remember thinking like, yo, like this show is like really good. I remember thinking that when I first saw the show. Like when I got to the third one, I was like, all right, this is low key like really good. And like man, it's so fun and like intense. Omni-Man is one of the coolest characters ever. He's so terrifying. Like, it's like, he's not...
Remember when he squishes, what's Mark's friend's name? Todd? I don't know. He squishes, like, the top of his car. That part's crazy.
But, like, he's not, like, a villain. Like, he's, like, a good guy, but he's also, like, terrifying. Like, you're so scared of him. He kind of...
Bro, he is a villain. What do you mean?
Well, like, throughout the show, like, he's not acting like a villain. He's, like, a twist villain, but, like, you know he's bad the whole time, you know?
Right.
And, you know, he's kind of, like, a way better Homelander. I only saw one season of The Boys, and I didn't like it. And Homelander, I thought was...
But that's the show about us, bro. We're the boys.
I thought Homelander was pathetic. He's so weird, and he's, like, obviously, like, weak. Like, everyone always puts, like, who would win? Like, Omni-Man, Homelander, Superman, or...
Brightburn.
Who?
Remember Brightburn? The James Gunn produced, like, horror movie about, like, what if Superman was evil and it's, like, the kid. He has, like, that red mask on.
I don't know that.
Damn, bro, you weren't there.
But, like, everyone always agrees that Homelander would not survive, you know? I've never seen... Oh, wait, yeah, I know that.
Yeah, bro. Anyway.
But, yeah, dude, episode 5... Episode 5 is my favorite episode.
Which one's that one?
That's, like, with Metal Man, and, like, he fights, like, the lion with the hammer.
I was about to say, the episode that actually hurt. That one is so good.
Dude, that's literally, like, the best, like TV episode of anything I've ever seen. Like, better than all of you.
Wait until you see episodes 19 and 20 of Evangelion, bro.
But, man, like, it is so good. The only issue I have with the show, and I know I give it 100 out of 100 because this issue is so small, I didn't even change a single point, but it's like Amber at the end.
Oh, she's so annoying there.
Like, I don't understand. I forgot how she got revealed, like, that Invincible's Mark.
Yeah, she's like, I knew it all along.
She's like, I knew it, and I'm like, then why were you mad when he saved
for?
everyone?
That was, like, their attempt at having, like, an intelligent, smart female character, but, like, you know, so, like, yeah, I get it, she's smart, but, like, all now you just made her, like, unlikable, too.
I think it would have been great if, like, she didn't react like that.
Yeah, bro. Like, she could have known all along, like, so, like, why are you mad?
Yeah, like, literally, like, why is she mad? Like, why is she mad? Because he's lying? It's like Mark said, like, it's literally a secret identity.
Yeah, you don't know what a secret, you never heard of a secret identity before.
So, yeah, I thought that was kind of silly. Funniest joke in the whole show, which made me laugh so hard that I couldn't stop after the episode ended, was in the second to last episode when they shoot Omni-Man with that giant laser, right? And he goes up and destroys it. And Cecil's like $400 billion for the world's most expensive nosebleed. Bro, that's so funny. Like $400 billion. And these Omni-Man just destroyed it, like, so easily.
That's pretty funny.
Dude, I was dying of laughter
that.
when I saw that. But yeah, I want to watch season 2. I know we were going to watch the whole thing, but, like, I feel like we should see, like, the first episode together. Or maybe first 1 or 2 episodes, and then finish, like, on our own, because I know we watch stuff at different paces.
Yeah, I'm not by your pace.
And also, like, I don't know, I feel like watching it alone, like, I feel like it's cooler to talk about it after.
Yeah, like, you know, I don't like watching something and be like, all right, let's wait to talk about it. It's just like, you know, it was.
But let's watch the first
after.
episode.
All right, well, I got some news here.
Yeah, let me hear it.
All right, let's see. Okay, this one's kind of crazy. Denis Villeneuve's next film will be Nuclear War, a scenario adaptation. You hear about that?
Huh?
So there's this nonfiction book by Annie Jacobson called Nuclear War, a Scenario, which is like a nonfiction examination of what would happen to humanity if a nuclear war were to occur. Her sources include dozens of military personnel and civilians who know of response plans should such a war break out in the world. For Villeneuve's adaptation, it would serve as a cautionary movie about what could happen should countries abuse the weapons they now have at their disposal.
So he's not making Dune Messiah, he's making that. That's his
I don't know if it's after Dune Messiah, but I mean
that's great and all, but like, great, another movie to make me depressed.
Facts, bro. This one's pretty funny. So you know the Silver Surfer casting?
Yeah.
I forgot who. Wait, what was her name? Oh yeah, Julia Gardner. Lakeith Stanfield, reportedly frustrated by Silver Surfer casting, assumed role was going to him.
Poor guy.
He said, "I thought it was going to be me." Yo, that sucks though, because Lakeith Stanfield's one of my favorite actors.
I thought it was gonna be me.
Yeah, he's like, "Damn, bro, I thought it was gonna be me." I mean, I don't have a problem with Julia Gardner, but like, come on, like, I love Lakeith Stanfield. Anyway, Indiana Jones 5 reportedly lost over $134 million at the box office.
Good.
Disney
and their stupid, overblown budget. Like, what they do is $300 million.
You know what's crazy? The final budget actually, like, when you take into account more post-production costs and marketing, the budget of the movie was $387 million.
Literally, why?
Like,
what did like, dude, Godzilla X Kong. That movie's budget was like 120 something million.
It's still a lot.
That's a lot of money, but Indiana Jones is such a simple movie. What costed that much? Where did that money go? They just sat there and they let it burn. Or they're like, oh, I want to get a shot of like something, and it probably costs like $50 million
For one shot.
I don't know. That makes
that kind of like, I've heard VFX artists break down like budget stuff. And, like, they're like, yeah, usually for a shot like this of like a house burning down, like if you do it entirely CGI, like that would come in at like $12,000. It's like, damn. But
yeah, Disney, good. They need to learn to stop pouring all that money into their big IPs, especially for a movie that, you know, while it's kind of fun, like, it doesn't deserve to be all that successful.
Well, they expected it to break like $2 billion at the box office. Why? Because it did like 15 years ago. And then that was one that people thought was bad. So you not only take away the original director of those, but then you also do it under Disney. Now people are really not going to want to see it. So like, man, what are you doing, bro? Like, I feel like this is easy stuff to figure out. Don't spend $400 million on a movie that's not guaranteed to make $2 billion.
You could have made like so many like $10 million movies with that, and like, imagine the profit from each of those. That would add up to way more.
You could have made like 40 of those. Damn shame. Anyway, the Fantastic Four villain will reportedly be Galactus.
That is strange considering Kevin Feige's comments on Galactus in the past.
How that'd be like his last villain.
Yeah, which I thought was a fitting touch.
Whatever, don't care, MCU fell off. I will say though, the way that Secret Wars 2015 goes, the way that they approach Galactus was pretty awesome. It'd be cool if they did the same thing here.
Yeah, but what even is like, this is another problem that I know people are going to bring up when that movie comes out. It's that like, Galactus, like, you know, he eats planets. It's a world-ending threat, and the world's not going to end. So there's no stakes.
Yeah, because that movie takes place in the past.
Like, lower stakes?
I mean, there's going to be, like, some time travel nonsense going on.
I don't know. I mean, it's just...
I feel like I'm tired of seeing every single movie being like, the world is at stake. And I don't care. I remember when we were making Bad Eggs 3, like, at first I was like, do I really want the world to be at stake in Bad Eggs? But I was like, nah, that's kind of funny.
So, I think we only deserve that when the first two weren't the world.
Also because that's, like, the last movie.
Yeah.
In the trilogy. Also, it's funny. Not only is it funny, it's also just kind of crazy. Like, we actually go through with it.
Yeah.
I know they're not. They're going to just do a laser in the sky. I've never seen a laser in the sky. You know that? How am I supposed to know that's a bad thing? Anyway, the Moana live-action remake has officially been delayed by an entire year.
Dude, what'd I tell you? Like, it's literally going to be bad.
Don't care. Like, I don't even care. I don't even watch those. I don't watch live-action
Wait,
remakes.
that's a live-action remake?
No, not the sequel, the live-action remake.
Wait, when was that supposed to come out?
Oh, like this year or something. next year. I don't know. Well, actually, now I'm curious. It was supposed. Oh, from June 27th, 2025 to July 10th, 2026.
I think that movie, like, I might like be curious on watching depending on how the trailer looks, because I want to see the big Scrophilus crab.
Honestly, like when it comes to these live action remakes, I'm more excited to see the trailer come out,
Yeah.
so I could just be like, oh, that's what it looks like, and that's it. Anyway, Joker Folie à Deux rated R for brief full nudity and violence. You know what that means? But I see some Joker balls, couple of clown noses.
That's awesome.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention, for like Galactus being in Fantastic Four, it also says the role is currently open and no one is in talks or holding an offer to play the role. So sign me up.
Sign me up.
Yo, Marvel. I'll be Galactus.
Dude, you'd make a good Galactus.
Yeah, I was just doing. Like. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna see some Joker balls. I'm hyped for that. Dune Messiah is confirmed to be in development.
Oh, awesome. You know, I was gonna watch Dune Part 2 again with my parents, but I didn't go because like I was like really tired.
I want to see it in Fort Lauderdale because they extended the IMAX release. It might have ended by this point already. I don't know if I'm gonna do it, but it'd be cool. I don't know. Maybe I'll see it. Oh, here's some bad news of like 1 ounce of good. The Matrix 5 has officially been announced, and it's not going to involve the Wachowskis.
Wait, but Keanu Reeves, is he in talks for it? They need to keep him out of that, bro.
I guess.
In the last one, all he could do was block stuff.
Yeah, bro. I thought he was a John Wick, and he's out here just.
I think maybe a Matrix like movie within the universe without any main characters would be great.
Yeah, but they already did the Animatrix.
What is it?
It's like an anthology anime of the Matrix, and it's like 5 different.
It'll be like the
stories.
Andor of Matrix.
Huh? What's Andor? Per the report, Drew Goddard is actually gonna officially be directing it.
Wait, what do you make?
You don't know what Drew Goddard made?
Well, I know his name.
Well,
I don't remember.
You may know him from a little show called Daredevil. I'm joking, bro.
What?
He directed Cabin in the Woods at Bad Times at the
Oh.
Yeah. So that's the good part. And he landed the job after he approached Warner Bros. With an idea for a new film. I trust this guy's ideas. I like him, but
I thought he was done making movies. Didn't you say that he like thought Cabin in the Woods was his last movie?
that's what he thought while he was making it.
But
Like,
why do you think that?
because he was like the opportunity to make a movie was crazy to him. So he was treating it as if it'd be his last movie as he was making it. But then he did Bad Times at the El Royale after that, and now he's doing Matrix.
I
5.
love those movies.
I remember he was supposed to do like the X-Force movie. Remember that? That got scrapped. Anyway, Tom Holland was initially planned to have a major role in Madam Web.
Dude, that would have saved everything.
Yeah, that would have saved the movie. Let me see. Actually, there's some more in here that I wanted to. Oh yeah, here's a picture of concept art of him fighting Ezekiel Sims. That's embarrassing. Imagine.
Hell no.
And he would have been in the final act, so you already know he'd just pop in randomly and everyone would forgive the movie.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man! Jonathan Majors officially sentenced in domestic assault trial.
Damn.
And honestly, I think he got off kind of lucky. Because he got, his sentence is a 52-week mental health therapy program, which specializes in domestic violence.
They should give that to Kang like in real life.
Yup. Because he has temper tantrums. In addition to his therapy, Majors has been placed on a permanent order of protection against contacting the victim. And if he were to violate that order, then he could face jail time. But he's really not going to jail, even though he strangled her. And like, like per her report, she even was like, yeah, like he's not even sorry, like he doesn't care. So, but he's just, because he's rich and whatnot, he's just gonna have his little counseling.
Well, it's not like his career is gonna be all fun and dandy after.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
I mean, he literally has a movie coming out soon.
Yeah, but they probably shot that like a while ago.
Yeah, but it's still like literally coming out there advertising with Jonathan Majors.
Bruh.
It's on Netflix or something.
Oh, yeah. Margot Robbie's officially developing a Monopoly movie adaptation. It's not a joke.
Dude, that's so funny because I was just saying how like the Jimmy Fallon ride should be a Monopoly ride.
Yeah, well, I don't know. Maybe Ryan Gosling, who's gonna be playing the Monopoly Man.
Also, like, yeah, let's get Margot Robbie to do the big toy movie because Barbie was so successful.
I mean, just like with Lucky Chap, because she has like her own production company, but like, I don't know. I guess she's friends with Hasbro now, as well as Mattel. Like, the Marvels actually, the thing that bothers me about this is that like there's gonna be zero social commentary on capitalism at all because they're being made by Hasbro. You serious?
Oh, what if there is though? I mean, Mattel made fun of themselves.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
They were just like, oh, look, those silly guys running along. Wolfer was like, well, bro, be for real. Be for real. Like, nah. And this is gonna do the same thing. I'd rather see like an off-brand Monopoly movie made called like.
Dude, you know they're making a Rayman board game.
Really?
Like Ubisoft just announced a big Rayman board game. I'm gonna buy that.
That's crazy. Make an actual game.
Yeah, that's facts. Ubisoft.
The
make
Marvels.
a 3D Rayman.
The Marvels director Nia DaCosta is reportedly in talks to helm the sequel to 28 Years Later. Because they made 28 Days Later, 20 Weeks Later. They announced a new trilogy involving 28 Years Later and 2 sequels, and she's making the sequel
Who
to
directed 28 Days Later?
Danny Boyle.
What do you make recently?
Recently? Yesterday. But back in his prime, he was doing
Wait, no.
Trainspotting.
Wasn't Adam Wingard like a writer on 28 Days Later?
That was Alex Garland.
Dude, I'm getting all these names mixed up.
But isn't that something? I haven't seen the 28 Days Later movie, so I don't know.
What is that even about?
Zombies.
I hate it.
And it was made with like digital cameras. You know what's funny? Actually, I'm on like the subreddit for Blu-rays, and like I see
on
people.
the subreddit for Blu-rays.
Yeah, I am. And I see people posting screenshots on Amazon, and it's like $150 for a 28 Days Later Blu-ray. It's like, should I cop? And people are like, because like the Blu-ray for that movie is like rare, but people are like, that's kind of dumb because the whole movie is shot in like 520p, so there's literally no difference between the DVD and the Blu-ray. But anyway, the only thing that like I understand for that is because like I only have Blu-rays in my collection, so I don't want to have like one DVD in there. So if I wanted that movie on Blu-ray, like I'm gonna want it on Blu-ray, but like, at the same time, in terms of quality, like nah. A scary movie franchise reboot is officially in development. You hyped for that?
No.
Bro.
It's gonna be bad.
Theatrical release aiming for 2025. You don't like scary movie? Alright, well you're gonna like this. A Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover film is officially in development, set to release in the next 2 years.
What do you mean, y'all, you're gonna like...
Remember how hyped you were at the end of Rise of the Beasts?
Right, you were hyped. You're the one who should be hyped. Also, like,
was hyped?
I wasn't surprised, because I already saw that, because I saw a lot of the stuff from Cinecon, but, like, I knew that was coming, if they saw Rise of the Beasts. G.I. Joe.
Oh no. TMNT live-action rated R movie in official development, based on the comic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin.
Live action.
Yep, that's my only complaint.
Remember what they looked like with Megan Fox.
Oh yeah, I wasn't even thinking of that. I was thinking of like the 1980s and 90s like giant costumes. Yeah, but I think that's still cool because it's like The Last Ronin. Oh, Zack Snyder revealed some details about a scrapped Wonder Woman 1854 movie.
You know, all the
It was
beat
just
writers are gonna be all like, "That's the craziest thing I've ever heard."
Yeah, it was just like about how she'd be like on the battlefield and like she'd like fall in love with someone for 10 years and then they'd die in battle and just go on.
That sounds like the first Wonder Woman.
Oh my god, I just saw like a crazy headline.
What?
Paul Walter Hauser to officially star in Chris Farley biopic.
Wait,
I'm
what?
joking, not that one. But I that's a good casting right there. But seriously though, this, oh my god, this is
how
crazy.
recent is that?
From an hour ago.
What is it? Say it quick.
Keanu Reeves cast as Shadow the Hedgehog in Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
I already knew that.
That's crazy.
But that's weird because they already played a clip from that at Cinecon.
Was he talking in it?
I mean, unless he's already been cast and that's his announcement, but like they already are working on that movie.
Damn. Well, I knew they were working on it, but like
that's great casting though.
Yeah, bro, he's gonna have that voice.
It's gonna sound like John Wick.
And last of all, Kevin Feige promises that Deadpool 3 will have a lewd popcorn bucket designed by Deadpool.
That is great. I have hope for Deadpool. I feel like Deadpool is low-key just like gonna be the last funny Marvel thing.
It's gonna be the last good Marvel thing.
I think Disney is like, okay, you know what? The only way this is gonna work if we let them make whatever they want. And like, I'm glad it's gonna be rated R. And a lewd popcorn bucket, like, I think that's hilarious. And like, normally Disney would be all like, hell nah, but like, nah, let them do it. Let them make something funny because it's the last good thing they're ever gonna make.
When does that movie come out? July 24th or something?
Somewhere in July.
Somewhere in July. After July, MCU is officially gonna be like, whatever day Iron Man came out, 2008 to 2024 Gravestone.
Yeah.
Boom.
Captain America 4 is gonna be bad.
That is gonna be. When does that come out? Is that the next movie after this?
Yeah.
When does that come out?
It comes out like early 2025.
And now they're releasing like one movie a year.
Well, they're gonna get back into their motion. They just like stopped because we have
quality control. I mean, that's like a good thing, but at the same time, it's like, okay. I'm tired of talking about Marvel news. Like, 'cause at this point, it's like
news used to only be Marvel.
Facts, but like every time I talk about Marvel news, I feel like I'm like, yo, that dung beetle dropped another piece of poop recently. Oh, you hyped for the next piece of poop? Yo, no way. Well, what turd is he gonna land on next? Like, bro, I don't.
There's just nothing interesting. Think about like Moon Knight. Remember Moon Knight?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with Marvel?
It's not even just that. It's just like, like the fact that was like when we still had hope for Marvel, even though the downfall and the decline was so like apparent, is crazy.
I think like
do you remember being hyped for Moon Knight and stuff like that? It's crazy.
Dude, the biggest problem that I feel like everyone just kind of stops talking about is that like there's no like connection anymore. I mean, everyone was like, oh, it's Phase 4. They got to build up a new.
Bro, we're in Phase 5 already.
We're in Phase 5, and there's been no Avengers. Remember, Phase 1 ended with Avengers, and we got Age of Ultron. Now we're like in Phase 5 and nothing's happening. All we do is wait for the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, which will be bad.
And not only that, like, the thing as well is, I like having disconnected stories that cross over later on and only having a little bit that connects to other stuff. But right now, back then it was like, oh, I just saw a good movie and like there's plans, they have it planned out for what they're gonna do next. Now it feels like I saw a trash movie that's unrelated to everything and it's like they do not have a plan on how to connect it to everything else. They're really just relying on the Avengers movies to bring all these like characters. Like, Shang-Chi's gonna show up again.
When is Shang-Chi gonna show up? I think Marvel should genuinely take imagine they put all that money from their TV shows and their abundance of movies and stuff, and they kept it to like 2 or 3 movies a year, and all that extra stuff for extra projects went to like non-MCU Marvel things. Like seriously, like DC, they be making the Batman and like all that cool stuff.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Like they should have just like done other stuff.
There's one. I mean, they are like currently not doing an overabundance of things, like we just said with Deadpool, and like the next thing being Captain America, like being like a year later. So that's one good thing. Still don't think that makes any of the upcoming movies any better, but like whatever. But I feel like if they were to try to do like separate stuff like that, like then audience members would just get way too confused. They'd be all like, how does this relate to Avengers? And then...
Well, multiverse, there you go.
Facts, bro. I mean, Deadpool's doing it. Whatever. Anyway, that just about wraps up today's episode 6 of the Bad Eggs Film Podcast. Thank you for tuning in and join us on the next episode, whenever that'll be. When we talk about Monkey Man, Spider-Man 2 maybe, and
Planet of the Apes. I'm just joking. Honestly, could be.
in 1 month, our next episode. Yep, and whatever else is playing in theaters. Civil War, sure. Yep.
All right. See you guys.